This podcast is part of the Pull Up a Chair podcast network. Let's build community through connection, conversation, and collaboration. This podcast is sponsored by Lever Consulting, editing with a purpose. Check them out at leverconsulting.com for a free consultation.
I never wanna get used to the sound you whispering in my ear.
Hey friends, you're listening to the Cat and Vee show. Pour yourself a juicy cup of tea, grab a seat, and get ready for us to dish.
Alright guys, so if you don't know by now, Kat graduated from college, and so she is prepping for going to Disney World, and part of, getting ready for that was her researching, hotels and watching the Harry Potter movies, which led her down a rabbit hole.
Well, that was, for Universal Studio. They're different.
Yeah, Universal. Yeah, well, okay, all the theme parks. Which eventually led her down a rabbit hole to discovering, this one YouTuber who, goes to themed, Airbnbs and reviews them.
We can't figure out if they pay him to do it or if it's, him actually. He's so excited about it. But he sounds, so excited but not excited at the same time. I can't even... We gotta find him. Well, his name... I think it's, Paging Mr. Tomorrow or something like that.
We'll have it linked on our website, and the links for everything are, of course, in the description of this podcast.
And this is not, anything against him. It's, it's the fact that these Airbnbs are so terribly themed.
Okay, there's, good elements. It's not standard in everything. Because if you go around, there's, one good element, then a couple of really, really bad elements. And it just takes you out of the immersion.
Well, especially the Harry Potter one, it was just, there were too many portions of the house that just looked normal.
Yeah, completely normal. A person lives here, obviously.
But, they could have done so much with it, and they didn't. It was, I don't know. I guess this is really hard to talk about without, without a visual, but basically, Vee and I eventually, we'll talk about manifestation later, but I'm already manifesting the fact that I'm going to be a rich bitch, alright? And I'm going to have money, and I'm going to buy up properties in Orlando, Florida, and then we're going to flip them. We're going to flip them, and we're going to theme them a whole lot better.
Actual theming. What really got me when he was walking around is some of the rooms had the old school popcorn ceilings and the old basic white plug outlets, and it's just small elements like that make such a difference in terms of immersion.
I just think that Vee and I are also creatives. We're just artistic people. And to see something fall so flat like that, it's just it was just aggravating. And I can't tell. I think it was this company has a lot of properties, and I think that they just paid somebody who had no idea what these franchises were really about. Probably Googled a little bit about it, and then
maybe some Pinterest.
Yeah, and then was all right, this is a Harry Potter theme. Because Hufflepuff wasn't even
It had some yellow curtains.
Yeah, it was what? What about this room is Hufflepuff?
Although the Hufflepuff doesn't have anything on the Jurassic Park one, which was just generic dinosaur. Well done, generic dinosaur, but nothing like Jurassic Park.
I don't know
Jurassic
about well
World.
done, because some of those...
Okay, not the kids' room or that, terrifying playroom with the, scary, Littlefoot statue that just peered into your soul. But at least there was some creativity there.
Yeah, Littlefoot from The Land Before Time, just so, in case you guys didn't know.
Oh, yeah, it was... when you see Littlefoot in a Jurassic Park, you know there's a problem.
Like, why? Like, it was definitely not Jurassic Park themed because there was none of the science. Like, because there's so much science as part of the plot device in the movie, and there was like none of it. I was so upset. I mean, I wasn't upset, but I was so disappointed. I was like, what is this? And then it went like so it got really cool from like, you go up the stairs and you see like the tail of the dinosaur that's like all bones. And then all of a sudden you turn the corner and the dinosaur is now a live dinosaur. And
it was really creepy.
And I could see what they were doing. Like, I could see what they were trying to do. But no. Like, I don't know. Because that house, in terms of overall theming, did a much better job than the Harry Potter. But it wasn't the right theme.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem with the Harry Potter house was definitely the living room and the kitchen, and that all the bathrooms were just regular bathrooms with, like, pictures in it.
With pictures and, like, just, the guy, the YouTuber, I cannot tell if they paid him to do it or, like, if he's actually genuinely excited. Because he's kind of monotone. Like...
And he was just like, oh my gosh, guys, this is so cool. Oh, I love this bathroom. Do you see the Dobby sign?
Look at the theming. Oh. The theming here is unmatched. And I was like, is it?
Oh. He says the word theming.
A lot.
A whole lot.
So it makes me think that they must have paid him, right? Like.
But at the same time, he's such a... I'm not saying this to be mean, but he's such a nerd. Like, the few things that were, like, done well, like, he gushed about, like, going into detail of how that related to the movie. And I was just like, okay, so you know what you're talking about.
Like, I don't know. And some of the comments on the video were like, oh my god, I love this house. And I was like,
what are we missing that everybody else sees?
Yeah, like, it's like, you must really not be a creative person or something. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm really not. But it's like, maybe it's because we grew up or, like, we like to make things and we have, like, I don't know. But we're also pretty nerdy in our own way. Like, like, we care about, like, if you're gonna make a Harry Potter themed house, make a fucking Harry Potter themed house. Paint the damn bathrooms. Like...
Well, also in the Harry Potter house specifically, like, going up the stairs, there's a bunch of, like, old paintings, kind of like the school, but it was just regular white walls behind the paintings, and it was just like, and then there's, like, other parts of the house where it had, like, fake bricks, and it's like, why not continue that aesthetic all the way through the house and have it at least be uniformed in that way? Because the houses didn't feel very cohesive. Like, walking through, it was very disjointed, which would take you out of the experience and out of the immersion. When all of a sudden, I'm in a regular bathroom, I'm in a regular kitchen, and this hallway's not painted, but all the other hallways are painted.
I mean, it would only fly if it was with small children. Like,
yeah, which maybe that's the point, but it's like, adults like theming. Well done theming.
Yeah. Well, after you went to sleep, I found another, like, we've got to watch this video together. But it was like this guy who's like, his hobby is to theme. And he wanted to recreate Disneyland, like Fantasyland in Disneyland, in his basement. And, like, the guy took 1 million pictures. Like, girl, I was like, that's how you do theming. But it took him so long because he has a day job. I gotta send this video to you so you can watch it at some point. Or we'll watch it tomorrow or something like that. I was like, like, and he's a dad, so his, like, daughters are, like, their bedrooms are downstairs in the basement, inside these buildings of, like, Fantasyland. And I'm telling you, down to, like, the little details, like, the way that the doors open, and, like, the color, like, I'm telling you,
love that.
It was like this guy recreated Disney World, or Disneyland, in his basement. And it was, like, it's just done so well. He like studied how things were made and stuff like that, and I wonder if he's if he has a background in like construction or something like that. Like,
yeah, like how does he have all this know-how?
Yeah, but it was just that theming was unmatched, and I was just like, yeah, I don't think you and I could match like actual theming.
Well, we could learn. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube.
That's true, but this guy, I'm telling you, I'll show you, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. We could, but I don't think that, like, this guy was trying to recreate Fantasyland. We don't need to recreate anything. We just need to make sure that the theme is consistent throughout the whole house. Because
God, if they just did that, it would have been so much better.
Also, with the theming, it's just like, if you're trying to theme a place with something, do not buy posters, like the movie posters, and put them in the freaking house, because that's not
especially
theming.
not when they're especially when they're cheap posters. Now, like, if there's a little bitty hallway that you can't really do anything else in, sure, fine, but that shouldn't be the main entry point. Like, entry points matter, and you're walking in and the first thing you see is framed posters and cheap frames. So bad. So bad.
I was like, I felt like the Harry Potter one could have been so good if they, like, simply replaced some of the lighting with chandeliers, like, and painted the walls consistently.
Like, those two little things would have done a lot. And then if they wanted to get nice, getting rid of that popcorn ceiling and making fake archways would have really elevated it.
And then also, oh my gosh, it's like, I think all of the houses, we only saw 2 videos together, but I think all of the houses had like a theater room where,
yeah.
And it was just like I can see what you're trying to do, but it was just like, when you walked into the theater room and turned off the light and turned on the black light, like, the Dementors, like, they were, like, invisible Dementors painted on the walls. But the Dementors didn't glow. Like...
Oh, that sucks.
No, I mean, I meant, like, in the movie, the Dementors didn't glow.
Yeah, no. It sucks that it's that, like, breaking of the thing. Because it would be cool if they could get, like, a matte one. Because I know that there's way to do black lights where it's not as glowy and more translucent.
Well, like,
but that's a lot of work.
He had the Patronus. The Patronus could have been blue, like the deer. So that was fine, but it was just, it was a disappointment. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed, and I couldn't tell, like, why was he so excited? I was like, no. Yeah. So
excited the whole time.
So, but you guys can look out for, like, 10 years from now when V and I are rich.
And see well done Airbnb themed places.
Yeah. All right.
We're coming for you, Disney.
Yes.
All right. Bye, guys. Hope you have a great week. Thank you for listening to the Cat and Vee Show. Check us out on Instagram at the Cat and Vee Show, and check out our other podcast at How's That Working For You.
All right. Bye.
Off the dice.
Missed us? We don't care. We are back anyways.
Our format has changed a little bit, but the randomness lives on.
Ooh, ominous. Will we have guests?
If they'll tolerate us.
Did we scare them away with a random encounter or two?
Let's find out. Join Riza, Michelle,
and Scooter every Friday on all the things.
Stop wasting your time with others.
Pull up a chair and waste your time with us.
Let's talk off the dice.